Alright, so today we are going to work on the deletion of a to-do item from this list. So to get started, first thing that I want to do is come over here and uncomment this block where we had that set of icons. And if I refresh now, we get this icon, right, on hover. I'll change this to a delete icon. Okay, now once that is done, we want to handle a click on this particular thing and let the home component know that a delete has happened. However, there is a small little problem, which is this home component, right? It is not directly accessible to the to-do item because we have home. Inside that we have this to-do list, and then there is this sortable list, and then we have this. So if we want to do a prop based approach, we'll have to pass this function multiple times, which is not the best way to do. And in this kind of scenarios, it is best that we use something like RxJS observables, which can help us in this particular scenario. So to do that, first of all, why don't we do npm install RxJS. The idea here is that we will create an observer on the home page or the home component, okay, and the to do item will emit an event, okay, and that will be, and because the home component is subscribed to that observable, right, it will receive that data and it will be able to react to that particular thing. All right, so let's go into our code editor. First thing, we want both these components to have access to the observable instance, right? So let's create that instance inside our service. Sorry, what have I done? Yeah, in here I'll do import subject from RxJS, and then we can do subject equals new subject. So basically we are creating an instance out of it, and we will have a function which will give us the instance of that subject. So return, that's it. Okay, the rest we can do inside our components. So the first thing which I would like to do is inside the to do item I have, let's say, on click this dot handle to do delete. Okay, this is a function which I will create. So in here what we will do is first get the instance of the observable subject. So to do service dot get observable, and on this we can do next. Okay, this is something which we get with the observable object, and here I can send any kind of data. Okay, so why don't we create an interface, a type of data which we will send, so that we can then reuse. So let's just say to do event dot ts. I'll to have a small one. Yes, I can copy this. To do event, I'll have name, which is going to be a string, and then data, which can be any. Okay, it can be string, object, array, whatever it is. I'll name it data. So in here, or rather, do we really need that? Let's see. So I have constant event, which is of type to do event equals an object where name is to do, let's say, underscore delete, or rather, yeah, to do underscore delete, and data is going to be this dot props dot to do. Okay, and this is an event which I'm going to send. What is going to happen is whoever is going to subscribe to this to do service get observable, right? They will get this event. So inside home, why don't we on component did mount to do service dot get observable dot subscribe. Okay, this is the second method which we get a next and we get a subscribe. In here we'll have the event, let's just say to do I should be able to define the type, right? Okay, so let me see, to do event, yes, I can define it here, and then inside this I should be able to get whatever data I am sending. Let's see, the interface is imported, right? So what have we done? Let's just confirm. I have a click event on that trash icon, which is going to call this function where I am passing the name and data, and this observable is sending that. On my home component I have subscribed to it, so ideally I should get that console in here. So refresh, and I do get that it's inside the home slash index tsx file, right? And inside the data I'm getting the entire to do object. So which means now I can send events, I'm able to send events, and I'm able to get that in my home component as well. So let's quickly see how we can delete them. All right, so let me come over here and let's just have new to do's equals this dot state dot to do's, and then new to do's will be equal to, I'll basically run it through a filter function, or rather, why don't we do filter over here? Okay, so I'll filter through all the to do's which are not equal to the current to do. So return event dot data dot id. I think we will directly get the id, right? So event dot data and then id, right? So return where the event dot data dot id is not equal to do dot id, and let's just console that. And see what is going to happen. Okay, so now we have 3 to do's in here. However, you can see the work on to do, adding moment.js, and work on live wire video tutorials. These 3 are present. The 4th one is not. However, what has happened is, because we are sending this props to to-do list item, the prop is updated, however the state is not. So if I show you in here, so this is my to-do list. It has 4 to-dos, right? Where is my home component? So this is my home component. If you see here, we have 4 and to-do list. Okay, so what is happening? The new to do, okay, I haven't set it yet, sorry, that's my bad. So this dot set state, I wanted to show you that even though we can set the new state, it will not get access on the inside component. So now inside home we have state with only 3 props, 3 to dos. However, the to do list has a difference. What is that difference? The prop says only 3, however the state still has 4, and this is because if I come over here inside the to-do list, we just assigned the props to the state only on component did mount. However, we haven't handled the situation where what happens if the prop changes, right? So that is where we will use component did update. Okay, this is one more method available through React, where whenever a prop or a state changes, we are able to hook into them and work accordingly. So I get these 2 parameters. However, we need to ensure that we always run this inside a condition, otherwise very soon you will realize that you have gone inside a loop, and it can be very performance intensive, or it may even throw error, because every state update will execute that function, whereas you don't want to get into that state. So you should have always a condition when you do a component did update. Our condition here is that my previous props dot to dos prop dot length, okay, is not equal to this dot props dot to do prop dot length. Why am I doing that? See, we are not going to edit the to do, right? So whenever there is any change, it can be either an add or a delete, and in both those cases my length is going to change, and hence I'm safely able to do this. So I'll just copy this, which is whenever this happens, I'll set state with the new prop. Okay, and now if I delete, it just goes away, right? So this is what we basically wanted. Using RxJS, I'm able to communicate within a component which is not a direct child of the outer component. Okay, this is typically it could have been done using props which I can pass up to the parent component, but that's a difficult way of handling things, because you have to manage the prop function in so many components. However, RxJS does help in creating observables and handling them in a little better way. However, we still need to realize that this particular thing, right, is not in a way very flexible, because my home component does have a lot of things happening here, because it is kind of responsible for getting the state of those to-do list. It is managing the delete and everything, which is in a way not very intuitive. But yeah, I think we can slowly look at changing everything from the home component inside the to-do list, and that way what we can do is this to-do list wrapper, right, we can put it in any page and we can be sure that it will work properly. But right now all the business logic of the to do is inside our home component. So yeah, with that limitation, I think we have to leave right now. But few things to remember when you are working with RxJS, which is we have subscribed in here, and hence there is an unmount component will unmount. In this, I should be doing a to do service dot get observable dot unsubscribe. Okay, this is important because if we don't do this right, the um, observable is still on. It's still listening for events whenever there is imagining or assuming that actually something is going to happen, which basically means what happened. Whoops, component will unmount. I think I component will unmount, m is in small. Let's see. Yeah. So if we don't unsubscribe, right, what is going to happen is if I go to my profile page, right, still the subscriber will be on. So it is important that we unsubscribe the observable when the component is unmounting. Otherwise, we the observable will be on, and it's not the best thing to do, right? So on component will unmount, we have this, and with this, I think our front end code is done. The only thing pending now is basically to write the API to remove. So that's something which we will quickly do. So we'll duplicate this, have remove in here as well. Open up the to do controller, add a function. Right, so we are validating the request. We are saying that the ID is required, and it should exist in the to do column. I can get rid of it. Okay, and when that post data is available, we'll do right. So we are basically deleting it, and then we are sending an empty response, and this we will save. So quickly go to our URL service, create a copy, make it remove as well, and inside to do service, and the rest remains the same. So basically remove to do is one function inside the service which we will be calling. So go to the home component. Now these things are done, but before that, first we will delete. So to do service dot remove to do. I need to pass the ID, right? So let's just say constant post data equals ID, and then event dot data dot ID. Okay, this I'm going to send in here, await, and okay, this is a problem because can I do an async here? Yes. So I have an async function where I'm awaiting for this. Once this happens, right, we can do these things, and let's just see. I think now it should work. Let's save, close, and this is removed, and from the database also it's gone. So yeah, this is how we have completed the entire functionality of delete as well, and basically now we have the entire to do thing in place. So yeah, this is kind of done for me and concludes the to do functionality for this particular app. If you like the video, do click on the thumbs up icon and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.